This is Laura Caron, and we're about to find out today why she might just be the worst teacher in the entire world. This was sent in to tips@thenewsjunkie.com, and despite what this teacher has done, her family still seems to be defending her. I'll show you in just a moment. But just so you're aware, she got pregnant by a child from the school where she works. And this kid was living with her and everything. The details you're going to hear are crazy. So let's dive in. Here we go.
Miss Caron,
There's nothing to see here. There's no one that wants to speak with you.
This unidentified man pulled up to the home while we were there. A short time later, another woman appeared from the home after we'd already left.
do you want to talk to us?
No, I want you to see.
You came outside. Please, I'm willing to talk to you.
Authorities say
All
that
right, I get the fact that you might be annoyed that there are reporters everywhere, but if anybody should be thrown under the bus, it's probably this woman. It's because her story is one of the worst I've ever heard. Listen in.
abuse began when the victim was 11 years old. According to the criminal complaint, a few years later, Karen gave birth to the victim's baby. Karen taught at Middle Township Elementary number 2, and the victim was once her student. Prosecutors say Karen and the victim's family became friends, leading to the victim and his siblings staying overnight with Karen once or twice a week, but at some point they began living with Karen permanently.
They were living with her. So the family of these kids must have been okay with this. They must have been like, yeah, no big deal. Let the kids stay over there, despite the fact that they're really, really young, and this is a grown-ass woman, this teacher that they're staying with. It seems like they were behind that.
Investigators say the case came to light last month when the victim's father posted on social media saying Karen's 5-year-old child looked very similar to him.
So this is where it started out. The father finally goes, hey, something weird is happening here. We gotta focus on this. And the father goes, it's strange, it looks just like my son. That leads us to this, right? That leads us to the moment where she gets a mugshot taken and all that. But the details in this story in particular from 6 ABC Action News really highlight just how bad this was. Authorities say Karen taught the victim and his brother in the 5th grade. 5th grade, little kids. Over the years, the parents of the victim said the family became friends with Karen, which ultimately led to them even allowing their boys and their daughter to stay at Karen's home at times. So if the father is one of these parents, he's letting the kids stay over there and spend a lot of time here. It seems strange that he would be resisting now. The visits began 1 or 2 nights a week, but the children stayed with Karen permanently, that's the teacher, from 2016 to 2020. So they just moved in. They were little kids. The victim's sister, who stayed at Karen's house at one point, allegedly told police she thought her brother was about 11 years old when he started sleeping with his teacher in the same bed. According to the criminal complaint, we'll dive further into this in a moment here, the sister revealed the children would sleep in a shared room on the 2nd floor, but noticed her brother would be in Karen's bed the next morning. She also reportedly told officers that when her brother would shower, Karen would enter the bathroom and lock the door. All of this extremely suspicious, to say the least. In a text message to his sister, the victim allegedly admitted that he was the father of Karen's 5-year-old child and requested that it be kept a secret. The victim's brother, who also stayed in Karen's home, allegedly witnessed Karen sexually assaulting his brother one time when they thought he was asleep. During an interview with the victim, police say the victim confirmed he had a sexual relationship with his teacher, that he was the father of the child. The victim reportedly said he was in contact with his teacher until the father made the Facebook post. And obviously, the school has investigated since then. But this looks really bad, to say the least. And it all comes down to Laura Caron, who's 34 and should obviously know better. These are the actual charges outlined here from the police department in their post on Facebook. It says the charges stem from an investigation revealing between 2016 and 2020, Miss Caron engaged in an inappropriate sexual relationship with a student born in 2005 who had been residing in her home during that time. Now, he's 20 now, right? But the thing is, the kid's 5. The child's 5 years old. On January 15th, 2025, the Cape May County Prosecutor's Office Special Victims Unit, along with the Middle Township Police Department Detective Unit, took Miss Caron into custody without incident. Subsequently, a court authorized a search warrant, and it was executed at Miss Caron's residence. Laura Caron was charged, here are her charges, with aggravated sexual assault, a crime of the 1st degree, sexual assault, a crime of the 2nd degree, and endangering the welfare of a child, a crime of the second degree. She's being held pending her initial court appearance. The school is saying they're cooperating with the cops. They're looking into this as best they can. And if any other students have this kind of experience that they had with the teacher, that they should reach out and contact them. And I'm sure we'll hear more about what exactly this lady was up to. But pretty crazy. And it's wild that you see so many of these female teachers involved in stories like this. And let's be real, like, this is not some hideous woman or something, some woman who would just be desperate to find some male attention. This is a teacher that probably could find somebody to date, and yet her attention goes to a kid who was like 11, 12 years old and 15 when he got her pregnant. Why does this keep happening? What is with this phenomenon that causes it to occur over and over with these young female teachers about this age, in their early 30s, late 20s usually, getting involved with these young students? Let me know what you think. Worst teacher in the world, or maybe for some of you, best?